What is up, chat? Howdy. How's it going? Oh, I forgot to get our wine and bread. Oh well. Today I'm doing a new biblical thing. I'm having brown people mow my lawn. Hi, Rouse. You hear voices in your head? I'd hope so. I thought everyone did. But, hello, chat. I didn't have time to prepare the things I normally have prepared for our Bible reading. Because this morning, as we were getting ready to take Patha to work, a Mexican man knocked on my door and offered to mow my lawn. And I am deeply appreciative, because we can't afford to hire our usual guy this month. So, yeah. I now have a Mexican mowing my lawn. Shoutouts to Hector. Absolute G. Why did I join this? I don't know. Welcome. Hello, Brother Doom. Good morning. Hello, Nimby. Hi, Rouse. Are you guys excited to finally start Exodus? The second book of Moses? We haven't read in like a week, so I'm like forgetting some stuff. At least there's no language barrier between you and Hector. Hector speaks English. I actually don't think that Hector knows that I speak Spanish yet. I did tell him I was from Miami because he asked me where I moved in from because of my phone number. The area code on it starts with 786 instead of the local, it's like 334 or 433, 443, whatever, 344. I don't know. It's one of those combinations. And yeah, he doesn't know yet that I speak Spanish. But yeah, he spoke to me in English, in what I can only describe as a Cholo accent. It's quite amusing. When I first opened the door and he started speaking, I was struck with fear. And then I remembered I too am brown on the inside. And I heard his request rather than shooting him. Anyways. Jokes aside. I do need to get some water for this. I'm gonna get big. Yeah, I need to get some water for this. Also, I really do appreciate me showing up and being like, hey, your grass is pretty long. Do you guys want us to do it for you? And I was like, dude, honestly, how much? He was like, this much. And I was like, dude, honestly, yeah, I'll take it. That's actually like, I'm gonna end up paying you more than I do my regular guy on a monthly basis. But he'll come out here every Monday. So now every Monday they're gonna come over and mow our lawn. So it's gonna be a little bit more than I pay the other guy monthly. Like he charges less per actual, like he charges less per week. So well, the other guy just shows up once a month, charges 100. So with how fast the grass grows these days, like you can watch it grow. Yeah, dude. Hector might be my new best friend for lawn mowing. Anyways. Let me get some water, and we'll start Exodus. I'm back. Where's the part with the 200 foreskins? We skipped that part. Or actually, we already read that part. I have the foreskins in a jar. Don't actually ask me what's in that jar. It's very unholy. Hello, Chris Young. Hello, Lazy Owl. What did I stumbled into? Oh my lord. Hello. Right, so we're gonna get to reading. At some point, Hector is gonna call me. Let me know that he's done, so that I can pay him. But for now, let's get to reading. Oh, by the way, Hector is not mowing my lawn by himself. He's mowing my lawn with his cousin. I love stereotypes. Hello, Astra. I'm gonna use my inhaler before we start, so I can breathe. Want some inhaler ASMR? There you go. I'm a metalhead / punk. I love goth. That's awesome. I do also enjoy metal and punk music. So old school rock is more like my thing. Old school rock and roll, you know? Stereotypes exist for a reason. Yeah, they do. A Mexican offered to mow my lawn this morning with his cousin. For cheaper than the black guy that normally owns it, actually. Huh. Sometimes I think to myself why I join shit I don't like, I'm not interested into. Hey, sometimes, you think you don't like something and then you try it. People think we're Satanism, but I read the Bible just like you. I don't know what your belief is, Astra. Did you mention it in chat? I didn't see it. Oh, right, yeah, you mentioned being like a metalhead. Well, I've talked about it. I talked about it during the first stream, but I'm not actually a Christian. I'm actually doing this because it was a charity award. I told chat that I would read the entire Bible. I do believe in the Christian God, just not the way that the Christians do. I'm not a Satanist either, though. Anyways. Okay, sorry, my throat.
Hey, yo, new sub?
My chest is full of phlegm. I'm a little sick. Still. But, if you want to get to know more about my own personal theological beliefs, I'd recommend checking out the first episode. I know at some point I talk about it. I can't remember if it's at the end or the middle or the beginning, but at some point during the first episode I talk about it. Alright. Let's get into the second book of Moses called Exodus. Where we'll finally get to know Moses. Our main man himself. Israel increases greatly in Egypt. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceedingly mighty. And the land was filled with them. Have you tried bloodletting? I've not. How's it going, DSP? Actually, no. I've not tried bloodletting in the way of, like, leeches, but I have cut myself on purpose for the sake of using my blood as a dip for my Little Caesars crazy bread. This strategy of enhancing the flavor of Little Caesars crazy bread was taught to me by my grandfather. I love him. He's great. He's taught me a lot of things, like the art of old man dancing, of which I am now a professional. But anyways, Pharaoh opposes Israel. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass, that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Death of Joseph. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house. And Joseph lived 110 years. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation, the children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were brought up upon Joseph's knees. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I die. Oh, my wife is calling me. Hello, my love.
Hi, you got the kid's number?
Yeah?
Once he's done and he tells you,
Yeah?
ask him if it's okay, because coworker wants his number. See if he'll stop by and cut for grass. Not today, but next Monday when he does rounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I'll ask him.
Okay. So,
I'll ask him and see if he, I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't decline some more work.
Yeah. So, love you.
Love you too. Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Alrighty. Hello, Spider-Man. Alright, so where were we? And Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and God will surely visit you, and bring you out of this land unto the land which he sware to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones from hence. So Joseph died, being 110 years old, and they embalmed him. He was put in a coffin in Egypt. Huh. Wait, no. That was... So I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Get them up out of this land. That happened last time. I'm so silly. Therefore they did set over the taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built the Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. The Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service, wherein they made them serve, was with rigor. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other was Puah. And he said, When ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him, but if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared God, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives, and said unto them, Why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? And the midwives said unto the Pharaoh, Because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, and they are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. Therefore God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied, and waxed very mightily. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared God, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, Every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. Birth of Moses. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived, and bare a son. When she saw him, that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. And when she could not longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes, and daubed it with slime, and with pitch, and put the child therein, and she laid it in the flags by the river's brink. And his sister stood afar off, to wit what would be done to him. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river's side. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, This is one of the Hebrews' children. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, I converted to Catholicism 11 months ago, and I don't regret it. I am a sinner, but I do my best to evolve and become the purest there is. God forbid my sexual orientation, but I try to detach myself. I see. I was actually raised Catholic, and sort of found my own way out of it, when I was like 5. That was when I ended up coming up with my own sort of theological belief after a lot of soul searching. And it's the theological belief I still hold today. It still holds up for me. As I've come to learn about all the other like religions and all the other beliefs that people have had over the eons. Over the ages of humanity. First off, I learned that the ideas that I had as a kid were not original. Or I guess they were originally mine because I didn't know of these ideas, but I wasn't the first to have these ideas. But I've yet to read a theological belief that is the same as mine. The closest would probably be existentialism, I guess. Where it's vaguely similar. Hello, Rando with Classes Junior. Who's actually watching this? Every day humanity disappoints me. I mean, you are. You clicked on it. Welcome in. Rando with Classes Junior. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, Take this child away, and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and she became her son. And she called his name Moses. And she said, Because I drew him out of the water. Moses flees to Midian. And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren, and looked upon their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, one of his brethren. And he looked this way and that way. And when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian, and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to him that did the wrong, Wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? And he said, Who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Intendest thou to kill me, as thou killedst the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, Surely this thing is known. Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh, and dwelt in the land of Midian, and he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water, and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. And the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock. And when they came to Reuel, their father, he said, How is it that ye are come so soon today? And they said, An Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us, and watered the flock. And he said unto his daughters, And where is he? Why is it that ye have left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread. And Moses was content to dwell with the man. And he gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter. And she bare him a son, and he called his name Gershom. For he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land. I think I heard a knock on the door, so I'll be right back. I'm back. I don't know what I heard. Later, Astra. Thank you for dropping by. Nice ink. They mean anything? Oh, hello, eggs and pencils. Prices. Well, so these are just a smiley face. I was supposed to get them with some other members of my family. So when we hold hands in a circle, they're like hugging each other. It's pretty cute. Because some of my family members, they wanted to get like a family tattoo. And then everyone chickened out except for me and one of my cousins. So now me and my cousin both have these tattoos. These little matching tattoos. But these are actually runes from Bloodborne. Well, these are. And then this one is the brand of sacrifice from Berserk. No way, it's two of my favorite things. Goth Girls and Jesus. Hello, Anonymous. How's it going? Also, hi, Pachinko. Hello. We're actually going to be playing Bloodborne in about an hour and a half. 12. We're doing a gun-only run. So I hope you guys will stick around and join me for that. Anyways. God hears Israel's groaning. And it came to pass, in process of time, that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage. And they cried, and their cry came up unto God by reason of the bondage. And God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them. God put respect on their name. Hi, Haven. When did we become a Bible house? Well, this is actually a charity reward, Haven. For the charity stream that we did last year. And I'm finally getting around to it. I've been meaning to do this for like a year. Smileys are adorable, yeah. They're like hugging each other. There actually used to be a line, that little dot there was actually a hand that reached from there all the way to the other hand and they would connect. But my thumb just ate the ink. It's gone now. That's like a tough spot to put ink. Yeah, so God put respect on the Jews. The burning bush. Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert, and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I will now turn aside, and see this great sight, why the bush is not burned. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see... Sub? Anonymous, thank you for the sub. God called unto him out of the midst of the bush, and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here I am. And he said, Draw not nigh hither. Put off thy shoes from off thy feet. for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppress them. Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. And Moses said unto God, Who am I, that I should go unto the Pharaoh, that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? And he said, Certainly I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee, that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve God upon this mountain. And Moses said unto God, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The God of your fathers hath sent me unto you. And they shall say to me, What is his name? What shall I say unto them? And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. And God said moreover unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel. Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, hath sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. Go and gather the elders of Israel together, and say unto them, The Lord God, and the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you, and seen that which is done to you in Egypt. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt unto the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, unto the land flowing with milk and honey. And they shall hearken to thy voice, and thou shalt come, thou and the elders of Israel, unto the king of Egypt, and ye shall say unto him, The Lord God of the Hebrews hath met with us, and now let us go, we beseech thee, 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God. And I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go, no, not by a mighty hand. And I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof. And after that he will let you go. And I will give the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And it shall come to pass that when ye go, ye shall not go empty. But every woman shall borrow of her neighbor, and of her that sojourneth in her house jewels of silver, and jewels of gold, and raiment. And ye shall put them unto your sons, and upon your daughters, and ye shall spoil the Egyptians. Exodus is so cool. Exodus is pretty cool. Milk and honey is actually a wicked combo I'd recommend. I've never had milk and honey together. Hello, Gakko Piers. I heard someone subscribed in the midst of all this. It was you. Welcome in. Also, hi, Enigma. I see Enigma also subscribed. Hey, guys. Welcome in. Alright, let me continue. Moses given powerful signs. And Moses answered and said, But behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, The Lord hath not appeared unto thee. And the Lord said unto him, What is that in thine hand? And he said, A rod. And he said, Cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent, And Moses fled from before it. And the Lord said unto Moses, Put forth thine hand, and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand, and caught it. It became a rod in his hand. God just taught him a magic trick. That's crazy. That they may believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob hath appeared unto thee. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, Put now thine hand into thy bosom. Let me actually leave this over here so that I can turn pages. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, Put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. God made him white and then black again. That's crazy. It shall come to pass, if they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe also these two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, that thou shalt take of the water of the river, and pour it upon the dry land, and the water which thou takest out of the river shall become blood upon the dry land. And Moses said unto the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech, and of a slow tongue. The Lord said unto him, Who hath made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb or deaf, or the seeing or the blind? Have not I, Lord? Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. And he said, O my Lord, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses. And he said, Is not Aaron... Oh, Hector's calling me. It's time to get Hector paid. I'll be right back, chat. I'm back. The Mexicans mowing my lawn have finished, and they actually did a phenomenal job. For pretty decently cheap. So, what can I say? Mexicans and lawn care just work together. Alabama, that's desert country, right? What? No. You have Mexicans mowing your lawn base? Actually, Haven, it's crazy. This morning I woke up and I was still in my underwear. I heard a knock on the door. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck's at the door? I just grabbed my glasses and started walking over, and Paige's like, you're still in your boxers. I'm like, that's fine. I don't give a fuck. My house. So I walked over to the door, and there's this brown man speaking in a Cholo accent, and I'm like, he's like, hey man. And I'm like, hey. I'm a little nervous at first, and I remember I might be white, but I am brown on the inside. And and he's like, hey man, I see your grass is pretty tall. You want us to mow your lawn? I was like, actually, we had this black guy that we hired last month that we planned to hire every month. We just can't afford him this month, or we're really tight this month. And I was like, oh man, we have a guy we normally call, but we haven't been able to. We just haven't had the time. Let me ask my wife. So I asked I asked Pay, and I was like, hey, I asked him how much, and he said he'd do it for 45, which is less than half what the black guy would charge me. And that if we let him come out here every week, that he'll charge us only 30 every week. Too much Spaniard blood? Yeah, I'm 60, what was it? Was it 64? 68? I can't remember. I know that between Spaniard, Portuguese, and I think French or something. I think French was the point where it's supposed to get to zero. There's margins for error. I actually did an ancestry test, but basically I'm 92% white European. I'm 4% native Cuban, and the rest of it is random little bits of slave blood. I'm 0 to 1% Spanish Jew, which is really surprising because most people with Spanish blood have lots of Jew blood as well. They have lots of Sephardic Jew because Jews have been in Spain for a long time. But that basically means that my ancestors just avoided the Jews like the plague, which I think is really funny to think about. Because to have 0 to 1% Sephardic Jew as a Spaniard, your entire family tree has to go out of their way to avoid them, which I think is really funny. Anyways, but yeah, and so it's because of the Reconquista, maybe. 7 Colombian cousins, my great grandfather. Jesus. But anyways, but yeah, so according to margins of errors, I think I just heard my door. Was not my door. Put Hector Fund on the fund spreadsheet. You know what? That works for me. On the Theater Fund. weekly Hector fund. He's gonna be $30 from now on. But there you go. Now the weekly Hector fund is right underneath the monthly editor fund. I actually want it to be on top of it. No. We'll put the monthly editor fund first. There you go. Weekly Hector fund. Alright. Anyways, what was I getting onto? What was I saying? Oh yeah, and so I'll pay your Hector fund next week. I got you, homie. Appreciate it. But yeah, so we'll be paying him $30 a week, right, to do our lawn, which will actually keep it clean because the grass here grows crazy fast. This time of the year, and yeah, so instead of paying like one guy once a month $100 to show up and do the same job, we're paying these guys $120 between 4 weeks to keep the grass short, which I think will be nicer. It'll be a little bit more every month, but I think it'll keep it nice and clean. End up making the pay border police cap. One is reserved for Hector. That's funny. He seems really cool. I shook hands with him and also his cousin. I can't remember what his cousin's name is. I couldn't catch it. Because I like after they were done, I shook hands with both of them. And his cousin was like, "Oh, I didn't catch her name," and I was like, "Oh, it's Rosa. It's this." And he was like, "Oh, mine's this," and I was like, "Alright, man, cool. Nice to meet you. Thank you guys so much." They're like, "Yeah, dude, you have a good one." I was like, "Likewise." That was that. I didn't quite catch what his name was. It sounded like a nickname. My dude, have you checked my D&D server recently? There's a bit of news there. I don't think I have. I'm actually not sure if I'm even in it. I had Patho go through and clean out my servers, so I don't actually know if I'm even in it. I don't know what servers I'm in anymore. Oh no, I am. Where is it? No, I see it. Where should I be looking? General? Oh, Jesus. Holy fuck, dude. That's crazy. Hi, Luncho. Yeah, dude, hopefully they can get that, like, sorted out since it's still, like, early. I'm glad you guys caught it. Something, yeah, dude. I think about that sometimes. I don't really go to the doctor ever. So if I ever had someone like that come up, I wouldn't know till it was too late. For sure. I wouldn't know till I was, like, rotting from the inside out. Kind of confronted by my own mortality. I can't relate. I came to terms with my mortality a very long time ago. And, well, I wish you good luck on coming to terms with yours, I suppose. But, yeah. The conversation of mortality is actually what originally got me away from Catholicism when I was growing up. Because the concept of the Christian afterlife just didn't sit well with me. It just didn't make sense to me. And because of that, I was afraid. And so I convinced myself that just couldn't be the case. It has to be something else. And so I spent like a week at like 5 years old. The whole reason why this conversation came up was actually because my grandmother at the time, she'd gotten sick. It was her first time getting sick to the point where we thought she was going to die. She's still alive, by the way. It's been 20 years. And we were like, oh man, this might be the end of grandma. She's in her 60s. She might be dying. Blah, blah. And that was when I was first confronted with the reality of us being mortal, of death, the eventuality of it. And my mother tried to, comfort me the way that all Christian parents do with, oh, don't worry, when grandma's gone, she'll just go to heaven, and she'll wait for us there, so that when we die, we can meet her again, and when we'll, be in heaven together. And that's the way that she comforted me, and that led to me sort of seeing heaven as almost like a grand, infinite old folks' home. And I was like, that just can't be the case. Because why would grandma be in heaven? Right? But then, grandma wouldn't just have us. She'd also have her own family that I don't know. They'd be in heaven too. And they'd have their own family that grandma doesn't know. That would also be in heaven. And we just have all the generations of our family in heaven in like this big party because everyone wants to include the people that they knew in life. And, well, that's just, that's a lot of people. I don't know. And that was basically like what sort of kickstarted me going into like a really like deep dive into, like just doing some big things, little 5-year-old me, on my theological beliefs at the time and new ones that I'd sort of come up with on my own. Well, I was trying to think of how death could function. And that was when I sort of got this sort of morbid curiosity on death, where death has become like the sole consistent point of interest for me throughout my life. Since then, there's nothing I'm more curious about. Just finally finding out, But I went through like a lot of different theological beliefs and just philosophical beliefs on what the afterlife would be like, on what happens after you die, within that week. And then I eventually came up with the theological belief that I have now, that I still have to this day, 20 years later. It still holds up. It is. Where were we? We were over here somewhere. Oh, we were here. Let me get to it. Okay. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses, and he said, Is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee. When he seeth thee, he'll be glad in his heart. And thou shalt speak unto him, and put words in his mouth, and I will be with thy mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do. And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people, And he shall be, even he shall be, to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of God. And thou shalt take this rod to thine hand, wherewith thou shalt do signs. Moses returns to Egypt. And Moses went and returned to Jethro, his father-in-law, and said unto him, Let me go, I pray thee, and return unto my brethren which are in Egypt, and see whether they be yet alive. And Jethro said to Moses, Go in peace. And the Lord said unto Moses and Midian, Go, return to Egypt, for all the men are dead, which sought thy life. And Moses took his wife and his sons, and set them upon an ass. And he returned to the land of Egypt. And Moses took the rod of God in his hand. And the Lord said unto Moses, When thou goest to return into Egypt, see that thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in thine hand. But I will harden his heart, that he shall not let the people go. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. And I say unto thee, Let my son go, that he may serve me. And if thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn. And it came to pass by the way, in the inn, that the Lord met him, and sought to kill him. And Zipporah took a sharp stone, and cut off the foreskin of her son, and cast it at his feet, and said, Surely a bloody husband art thou to me. So he let him go. Then she said, A bloody husband thou art, because of the circumcision. And the Lord said unto Aaron, Go into the wilderness to meet Moses. And he went, and he met him in the mount of God, and kissed him. And Moses told Aaron all the words of the Lord who had sent him, and all the signs which he had commanded him. And Moses and Aaron went and gathered together all the elders of the children of Israel. And Aaron spake all the words which the Lord had spoken unto Moses, and did the signs in the sight of the people. And the people believed. And when they heard that the Lord had visited the children of Israel, and that he had looked upon their affliction, then they bowed their heads and worshipped, making bricks without straw. Afterward Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, Thus said the Lord God of Israel, Let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. And Pharaoh said, Who is the Lord, that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go. And they said, The Lord, the God of the Hebrews, hath met with us. Let us go, we pray thee, 3 days' journeys into the desert, and sacrifice unto the Lord our God, lest he fall upon us with pestilence, or with the sword. And the king of Egypt said unto them, Wherefore do ye, Moses and Aaron? Let the people from their works. Get you unto your burdens. And Pharaoh said, Behold, the people of the land now are many, and ye make them rest from their burdens. And Pharaoh commanded the same day the taskmasters of the people, and their officers, saying, Ye shall no more give the people straw to make brick. As heretofore, let them go and gather straw for themselves. And the tale of the bricks which they did make heretofore, ye shall lay upon them. And the tale of the bricks which they did make heretofore, ye shall lay upon them. Ye shall not diminish aught thereof, for they be idle. Therefore they cry, saying, Let us go and sacrifice to our God. Let there more work be laid upon the men, that they may labor therein, and let them not regard vain words. And the taskmasters of the people went out, and their officers, and they spake to the people, saying, Thus said Pharaoh, I will not give you straw. Go ye, get you straw where ye can find it, yet not out of the work shall it be diminished. Yet not aught of your work shall be diminished. The people were scattered abroad throughout the land of Egypt to gather stubble instead of straw. And the taskmasters hasted them, saying, Fulfill your works, your daily tasks, as when there was straw. And the officers of the children of Israel, which Pharaoh's taskmasters had set over them, were beaten, and demanded, Wherefore have ye not fulfilled your task in the making brick both yesterday and today, as heretofore? Then the officers of the children of Israel came and cried unto Pharaoh, saying, Wherefore dealst thou thus with thy servants. There is no straw given unto thy servants, and they say to us, Make brick. And behold, thy servants are beaten. But the fault is in thine own people. But he said, Ye are idle. Ye are idle. Therefore ye say, Let us go and do sacrifice to the Lord. Go therefore now and work, for there shall no straw be given you, yet shall ye deliver the tale of bricks. The tally, that's a tally, not tale. This is supposed to be a tally, the tally of bricks. Silly me. Pretty sure it's supposed to be tally. Spelled the same way. The officer of the children of Israel did see that they were in evil case. After it was said, Ye shall not minish aught from your bricks of your daily task. And they met Moses and Aaron, who stood in the way as they came forth from Pharaoh. And they said unto them, The Lord look upon you and judge, because ye have made our Saviour to be abhorred in the eyes of Pharaoh, and in the eyes of his servants, to put a sword in their hand to slay us. And Moses returned unto the Lord, and said, Lord, wherefore hast thou so evil entreated this people? Why is it that thou hast sent me? For since I came to Pharaoh to speak in thy name, he hath done evil to this people. Neither hast thou delivered thy people at all. God promises deliverance. The Lord said unto Moses, Now shalt thou see that I will do to Pharaoh. For with a strong hand shall he let them go, and with a strong hand shall he drive them out of his land. And God spake to Moses and said unto him, I am the Lord. And I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, by the name of God Almighty. But by my name Jehovah was I not known to them. And I have also established my covenant with them, to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their pilgrimage, wherein they were strangers. And I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage. And I have remembered my covenant, wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm, and with great judgments. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God. And ye shall know that I am the Lord your God, which bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. And I will bring you in unto the land, concerning the which I did swear to give it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And I will give it to you for an heritage. I am the Lord. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moses for anguish of spirit, and for cruel bondage. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Go in, speak unto Pharaoh king of Egypt, that he let the children of Israel go out of his land. And Moses spake before the Lord, saying, Behold, the children of Israel have not hearkened unto me. How then shall Pharaoh hear me? Who am of uncircumcised lips? And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, and gave them a charge unto the children of Israel, and unto Pharaoh king of Egypt, to bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. What time is it? 11. The genealogy of Moses and Aaron. These be the heads of their fathers' houses, the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanok, and Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. These be the families of Reuben. Wait a second, I think the dog's playing with something. She's playing with. He's at a bottle cap, man. Come here, my good girl. Yes, you're my good girl. Hey, yo, new sub. Girl, yes, she is. Nice. Let me grab that yesterday. You missed! Want to see my puppy, chat? This is my puppy. She saved me from your jump scare, soldier. Death this soldier. Look at her. Oh, yes, she is. Climbing on my shoulder in a way she should not be. Too big for that now. She's gonna lay between my shoulder and... all like a cat. So silly. Yes? Give kiss? He's right here. No kiss. You're stuck because you crawled back there like an idiot. You're so dumb. You're such a dumb dog. Dogs are so stupid, Jet. Look at her. Adorable. She's complaining. She wants to be not upside down. Little baby. Was a talking smack made that even better. Let her play with that. I do like couplets, here's it. Thank you. Alright. Where were we? The genealogy of Moses and Aaron. These be the heads of their fathers' houses, the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanoch, and Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. These be the families of Reuben. The sons of Simeon, Jemuel, and Jamin, and Ohad, and Jachin, and Zohar, and Shaul the son of a Canaanitish woman. These are the families of Simeon. These are the names of the sons of Levi, according to their generations, Gershon, and Kohath, and Merari. And the years of the life of Levi were 137 years. The sons of Gershon, Libni, and Shimi, according to their families. The sons of Kohath, Amram, and Izhar, and Hebron, and Uziel. And the years of the life of Kohath were 133 years. And the sons of Merari, Mahali, and Mushi. These are the families of Levi, according to their generations. And Amram took him, Jochebed, his father's sister, to wife. And she bare him Aaron and Moses. The years of the life of Amram were 137 years. The sons of Izhar, Korah, and Nepheg, and Zikri. The sons of Uziel, Mishael, and Elzaphan, and Zithri. And Aaron took him Elisheba, daughter of Aminadab, sister of Nahshon, to wife. And she bare him Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. And the sons of Korah, Asir and Elkanah, and Abiasaph. These are the families of the Korites. And Eleazar, Aaron's son, took him one of the daughters of Putiel to wife, and she bare him Phineas?
Hey, yo,
Phinehas.
sub?
These are the heads, the fathers of the Levites according to their families. These are the Aaron and Moses, to whom the Lord said, Bring out the children of Israel from the land of Egypt according to their armies. These are they which spake to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to bring out the children of Israel from Egypt. Thank you, Iman, for the sub, welcome in. These are that Moses and Aaron. And it came to pass, on the day when the Lord spake unto Moses in the land of Egypt, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, I am the Lord. Speak thou unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, all that I say unto thee. And Moses said before the Lord, Behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, and how shall Pharaoh hearken unto me? Moses and Aaron before Pharaoh. And the Lord said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I commanded thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth mine armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I stretch forth mine hand upon Egypt, and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And Moses and Aaron did as the Lord commanded them. Moses and Aaron did as the Lord commanded them, so did they. And Moses was 80 years old, when Aaron 83 years old. And Aaron 83 years old, when they spake unto Pharaoh. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, When Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, Shew a miracle for you, and thou shalt say, And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, When Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, Shew a miracle for you, and thou shalt say unto Aaron, Take thy rod and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh, and before his servants, and it became a serpent. And Pharaoh also called the wise men, and the sorcerers, now the magicians of Egypt, and they also did in like manner with their enchantments. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. And he hearkened Pharaoh's heart, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. So everyone's rods turned into snakes. But God's rod was bigger. We're reading Old Testament God? Yes. I admit I only read the Niv version. I have trouble reading Ye Olde English. So I talked about it on the first stream, but the reason why I actually grabbed the King James version is because the day that I went to go buy Bible at Walmart, see if what options they had, I got a headache. I got a really bad headache, and ended up turning around midway into the store. I was like, no, let's just go home. We'll buy it another day. On the way out, they just happened to have a sale. I didn't think it was a sale. They just had them out. They just happened to have the King James Version Bibles out, and I had actually found Bibles at another store we were at that day, but they were all study Bibles, and I didn't want a study Bible. I wanted a Bible that wouldn't tell me what to think, that would let me just think for myself as I read. And I also wanted a Bible that was indexed. And what were the odds that, I get a headache so that I wouldn't check out the other Bibles, and then on my way out, I find this Bible specifically that is not a study Bible, is indexed, little finger indexes, and it's like leather, but the casing for it, the little like cardboard casing for it, is red, my favorite color. I was like, what are the odds? What are the odds? And I was like, you know what? That seems. I think Patho was like was like, yeah, that seems like a sign. You should probably just buy this one. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna read Old English. I don't mind it. But yeah, we're reading the Torah right now, basically. We pretty much just started. It's gonna be a long time before we get through the rest of this book. This is what we read. This is what we have left to read. Anyways, the first plague, water turned to blood. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hardened. He refuseth to let the people go. Go thee unto Pharaoh in the morning. Lo, he goeth out unto the water, and thou shalt stand by the river brink against he come. And the rod which was turned to a serpent shalt thou take in thy hand. And thou shalt say unto him, The Lord God of the Hebrews hath sent me unto thee, saying, Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou wouldest not hear. Thus said the Lord, In this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Take thy rod, and stretch out thine hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so, as the Lord commanded, and he lifted up the rod, and smote the waters that were in the river, and the sight of Pharaoh, and the sight of his servants, and all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. And the fish that was in the river died, and the river stank. And the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river, and there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them, as the Lord had said. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to this also. And all the Egyptians digged round about the water for water to drink, about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. 7 days were fulfilled. After that, the Lord had smitten the river. The second plague, frogs. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all of thy borders with frogs. And the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thine house, and into thy bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine ovens, and into thy kneading troughs. And the frogs shall come up both on thee, and upon thy people, and upon all thy servants. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Stretch forth thine hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. I like how the first plague is to make all of their water a necessary resource for human survival. Blood. And then the second plague is just a frog prank. It's pretty funny. Chat, make sure you get yourself some Dragon's Treasure coffee, soap, or tea. Or all three. You get 10% off with code Mercury Manor. Go ahead and try it. They got pretty good tea. I was having my wife make me some tea this morning, but then Hector showed up. And so I didn't get tea, but I did get my lawn mowed, so. Win some, you lose some. Also, I missed you somehow, but Mr. Wazimo, thank you for the sub. Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. The magicians did so with their enchantments, and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron, and said, Entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs from me, and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord. This is what got him, the frogs. Trying to sacrifice that to his fire. Thank you. Also have runes from Bloodborne, which we're going to be playing later, one-handed. So I hope you guys will look forward to that. And Moses said unto the Pharaoh, Glory over me, what shall I entreat for thee, and for thy servants, and for thy people, to destroy the frogs from thee and thy houses, that they may remain in the river only? And he said, Tomorrow. And he said, Be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto the Lord of our God. And the frogs shall depart from thee, and from thy houses, and from thy servants, and from thy people. They shall remain in the river only. And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh. And Moses cried unto the Lord because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. The Lord did according to the word of Moses, and the frogs died out of the houses, and of the villages, and out of the fields. And they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart, and hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. The third plague, gnats. This would get me. This is... Oh. Maybe that's why I have so many gnat issues. It's just the Lord punishing me. And the Lord said unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Stretch out thy rod, and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so, for Aaron stretched out his hand with the rod, and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man, and in beast. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments, to bring forth lice. But they could not, so there were lice upon man and upon beast. And the magician said unto Pharaoh, This is the finger of God. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. The fourth plague, flies. The Lord said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy houses. And the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there, to the end thou mayest know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth. I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be. And the Lord did so, and there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of the Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies. And Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron, and said, Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land. Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land. And Moses said, It is not meet so to do, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians to the Lord our God. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes, and will they not stone us? We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness, and sacrifice to the Lord our God, as he shall command us. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to the Lord your God. Eye is itchy. In the wilderness, only ye shall not go very far away, entreat for me. And Moses said, Behold, I go out from thee, and I will entreat the Lord that the swarms of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people, tomorrow. But let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully any more, in not letting the people go to sacrifice to the Lord. And Moses went out from the Pharaoh, and entreated the Lord. And the Lord did according to the word of Moses, and he removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. There remained not one. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also, neither would he let the people go. The fifth plague, Egyptian livestock die. Then the Lord said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, and tell him, Thus said the Lord God of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For if thou refusest to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thy cattle which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous murrain. And the Lord shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt, and there shall nothing die of all that is the children of Israel. And the Lord appointed a set time, saying, Tomorrow the Lord shall do this thing in the land. And the Lord did that thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died. But of the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of the Israelites dead. And the heart of the Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. The sixth plague, boils. The Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, Take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it towards the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh. It shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth, with blains upon man and upon beast, throughout all the land of Egypt. And they took ashes of the furnace, and they stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up toward heaven. And it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon man, upon beast. The magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, and the boil was upon the magicians, and upon all the Egyptians. And the Lord hardened the heart of the Pharaoh. He hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had spoken unto Moses. Thank you for the Apostle Jack. So let me get this straight. So God is making the Pharaoh not give in. He's hardening his heart so that he can punish him further. Is that what's happening? It's kind of based. The seventh plague, hail. The Lord said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thine earth, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. For now I will stretch out my hand, that I may smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from this earth. And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to shew in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. And yet exaltest thou thyself against my people, that thou wilt not let them go. Behold, tomorrow, about this time, I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as hath not been in Egypt, since the foundation thereof even until now. Send therefore now, and gather thy cattle, and all that thou hast in the field, for upon every man and beast which shall be found in the field, and shall not be brought home, the hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die. I'm hungry. He that feared the word of the Lord among the servants of Pharaoh made his servants and his cattle flee into the houses. And he that regarded not the word of the Lord left his servants and his cattle in the field. The Lord said unto Moses, Stretch forth thine hand towards heaven, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt, upon man and upon beast, and upon every herb of the field, throughout the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and the Lord sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground. The Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt. So there was hail, and the fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hail. And Pharaoh sent and called for Moses and Aaron, and said unto them, I have sinned this time. The Lord is righteous, and I and my people are wicked. Entreat the Lord, for it is enough. There will be no more mighty thunderings and hail, and I will let you go, and ye shall stay no longer. And Moses said unto him, As soon as I am gone out of the city, I will spread abroad my hands unto the Lord, and the thunder shall cease, neither shall there be any more hail, that thou mayest know how that the earth is the Lord's. But as for thee and thy servants, I know that ye will not yet fear the Lord God. And the flax of and the barley was smitten, for the barley was in the ear, and the flax was bold. Oh my god, fuck off. Sorry. But the wheat and the rye were not smitten, for they were not grown up. And Moses went out of the city from the Pharaoh, and spread abroad his hands unto the Lord. And the thunders and hail ceased, and the rain was not poured upon the earth. When Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunders were ceased, he sinned yet more, and hardened his heart, he and his servants. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, neither would he let the children of Israel go. The Lord had spoken by Moses. I'm hungry. We get the entire Bible? Yes. This is part 5? Part 4? It's part 4. I have to read the entire Bible, Sleepy Deuce. We're currently at Exodus. We're this far in. We have this much left. We're going to get both the Old Testament and the New Testament. This was a charity reward for last year. What's happening? At first, Pharaoh hardened his own heart, and God went, you want to be like that? Fine, fuck around and find out. Yeah. And God seems to be basically hardening his heart and basically making the Pharaoh continue to sin so that God may continue to punish him for basically what he did to the Jews. I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm hungry. Today I eat chocolate and saltines. This is my breakfast. Alright. The 8th plague, locusts. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart, and the heart of his servants, that I might shew these my signs before him. That thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son, and thy son's son, what things I have wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know how that I am the Lord. Yeah, so basically, the Pharaoh hardened his heart, and the Lord made Hershey's rain from the sky. So basically, the Lord is hardening the Pharaoh's heart so that he can make an example out of him for the future generations. And Moses and Aaron came in unto Pharaoh, and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, How long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locusts into thy coast. And they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth, and they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped, which remaineth unto you from the hail, and shall eat every tree which groweth for you out of the field. And they shall fill thy houses, and the houses of all thy servants, and the houses of all the Egyptians, which neither thy fathers nor thy fathers' fathers have seen, since the day that they were upon the earth, unto this land. And he turned himself, and went out from Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's servants said unto him, How long shall this man be a snare unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their God. Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed? And Moses and Aaron were brought again unto Pharaoh. He said unto them, Go serve the Lord your God. But who are they that shall go? And Moses said, We will go with our young and with our old, with our sons and with our daughters, with our flocks and with our herds will we go. We must hold a feast unto the Lord. And he said unto them, Let the Lord be so with you, as I will let you go, and your little ones. Look to it, for evil is before you. Not so. Go now ye, that are men, and serve the Lord, for that ye did desire. And they were driven out from the Pharaoh's presence. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt, and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail hath left. Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought an east wind upon the land all that day, and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts. And the locusts went up over all the land of Egypt, and rested in all the coast of Egypt. Very grievous were they for them. There were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such. For they covered the face of the whole earth, that the land was darkened, and they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. And there remained not any green thing in the trees, or in the herbs of the field throughout all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against the Lord your God, and against you. Now therefore forgive, I pray thee, my sin only this once, and entreat the Lord your God that he may take away from me this death only. And he went out from Pharaoh, and entreated the Lord, and the Lord turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locusts, and cast them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the coast of Egypt. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he would not let the children of Israel go. The 9th plague, darkness. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand toward heaven, and there will be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. And Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, Go ye, serve the Lord. Only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. And Moses said, Thou must give us also sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto the Lord our God. Our cattle also shall go with us. There shall not an hoof be left behind. For therefore must we talk to serve the Lord our God, and we know not with what we serve the Lord until we come thither. The Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto him, Get thee from me, take heed to thyself. See my face no more, for in that day thou seest my face, thou shalt die. And Moses said, Thou hast spoken well, I will see thy face again no more. A final plague threatened. The Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring 1 plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people. Let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. The Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, About midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, and the firstborn of the Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of the beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee. And after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh. The Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. The Passover. The Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to him, next unto his house, take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count the lamb. The lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep, or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood, and strike it on the 2 side posts, and on the upper door posts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden, at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. And ye shall not let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. it is the Lord's Passover. I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. On the first day there shall be an holy convocation. On the 7th day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall not eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. And Moses called for all the elders of Israel, and said unto them, Draw out, and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin, and none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. The Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. Ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee, and to thy sons forever. It shall come to pass, when ye be come to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, What mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, It is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed the head and worshipped. And the children of Israel went away, and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. The 10th plague, death of the firstborn. It came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up, and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go. Serve the Lord as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. The Exodus. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people, and they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, We be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes. Upon their shoulders, the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required. And they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men, beside children, and a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel, who dwelt in Egypt, was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day it came to pass, that all the host of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. That is the night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. Institution of the Passover. The Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, There is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is home-born, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. It came to pass the selfsame day, the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. What time is it? It's 11:52. Leavened is pronounced leavened? Oh. Leaven is any form of yeast. Lets the bread rise. Basically, they made the dough and threw it onto the pan because they had no time to let the dough rise. I see. Leavened. My bad. Thank you for pointing that out. Really, really appreciate that. NA. I think we should stop here because it is 11:53. I don't think I can read all this. To 14, so I'll stay at 13. But yeah, we'll stay at Exodus 13, and that's where we'll read tomorrow morning at the same time at 10 a.m. But I think it's time for us to move over to Bloodborne. Guns only. Let me set up a self-raid. And hopefully you guys will join me for that. I also have a cracker. I'm hungry. That says the Bible. Indeed. Hi Cthulhu! You've joined as we're ending this stream. May the holy Brahble bless your heart, snack. Thank you, Cthulhu. But yeah, we're gonna soft right over to Bloodborne. Oh, did you just get hanged? Yeah, no. We're at Exodus. We're not even in like the New Testament yet. From Exodus to Bloodborne, yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up a self-raid. And hopefully you guys will join me for that. We're doing a Bloodborne gun-only run with special rules. Okay. And, yeah, hopefully you guys will join me for that. If you don't, and I'll see you guys, if you're only interested in the Bible readings, I'll see you guys again tomorrow morning. And we read this again for 2 hours. But, for now, I'll see you guys in just a bit. Love yous.